Hi everyone, welcome back to Raw FPL. So in this one, it's the Game Week 22 team selection. Currently, Game Week 21 is still underway. We've got Brighton against Ipswich. We've also got Southampton against Man United still to play. So I've got 4 players left to play, but I just wanted to get this out before the deadline next week. But yeah, so still quite a lot of players. We're currently at about 300k, so yeah, small red arrow, but I mean, hopefully they only need, I think they need 2 points each to make it a green arrow. So fingers crossed, I'll get some returns. I've got Bruno, Mazraoui, Ahmad, and Pedro left to play. But yeah, going forward, let's take a look at Game Week 22, and I'll tell you some future plans as well, because I think I've decided my chip strategy for the future. So if you do like this one, please do drop a like and hit subscribe if you're new, and let's jump into it. So as I say, currently there are a few games still to play. So about 300k at the moment. But as I said, I only need, I think my safety score, so that's the score where it'll be a solid, like a grey arrow basically not moving, is I'm only 8 points away. So from 4 players, I've just seen that João Pedro is starting, Mazraoui, Fernandes and Ahmed are all starting as well. So all my 4 players are still that they're going to play. So hopefully one of them can get a return, and if they do, I should get a green arrow. So yeah, looking at the team anyway. So in goal, it is Sanchez, 1 point, blank again. But to be honest, Raya blanks as well. So I'm not too bothered. And yeah, 56 points at the moment. As I said, fingers crossed that turns to a green arrow. Hopefully Bruno returns. And to be fair, I think Pedro could do well as well tonight. So we'll have to see how he gets on. But yeah, at the back, it was a good decision benching Gabriel. I was a bit worried about that one because Tottenham at home, I watched the highlights and he was so close to getting that header. And I was really hoping that he obviously didn't get the header there. And it came up on my phone and it was Gabriel score. And I was like, oh no. But then it changed to Slanky own goal. And not only that, but he didn't even get the assist. So it was unlucky if he did play Gabriel. But for me, it was ideal that he only got the 1 point. And then he got the yellow card right at the end as well, didn't he? So yeah, unlucky for Gabriel if you did play him. But for me, it was perfect, really. I was really close to playing my bench boost because the fixture was so good. But the thing that put me off was Jesus. He got that ACL injury, and it looks like he's out for a while now. So, yeah, I've had to get rid of Jesus, which I'll talk about in the next section. But Jesus, if you've got him, he's going to be out for a while now. So I think you just need to get rid of him. And yeah, the bench boost would have got me 3 points. So really happy that I saved it. And I have got a strategy, which I'll talk about in the next section, which I really like for the chips. Elsewhere, annoyingly, I was going to captain Isak until the last minute because Eddie Howe, he put some sort of negative. He just said he wasn't like 100% about Isak. So it just put me off. And I thought, will he only get sort of 70 minutes? And turns out he did. But that was enough to get 16 points. So I changed it to Palmer. A lot of people would have changed it to Salah, who obviously blanked, so that's quite unlucky. But yeah, Eddie Howe, just at this point, you just can't listen to what he says. He put enough doubt in my mind to then swap it to Palmer. At least Palmer scored. He got 10 points. But yeah, annoyingly, I would have captained Isak. But it's just one of those. Palmer still returns, so it's fine. Elsewhere, Hall and Gordon both returning, so that's good. So out of the players who actually played, it was only Sanchez, Trent, and Salah who blanked. And then obviously I've got the 4 left to play. So the 3 Man United boys and João Pedro. So yeah, fingers crossed. It could be a really good week. I just need some returns from these games tonight. So yeah, it looks pretty good. I've got 4 free transfers. Or I did have 4 free transfers, but I've made one already. And yeah, let's take a look at that. Game week 22. So on to game week 22 then. And this is how we're currently lining up. As you can see there, the transfer in, it was Jesus out and Chris Wood in. I had the exact funds to do it. I've got 0 in the bank now. Jesus was going down in price. Wood was going up in price. So I just did the transfer. So I've got Wood in. He just keeps scoring. Like, he's done insane. Like, I can't believe, he's only 6.9 mil, which is quite a good price. And how many goals has he got now? He's got 13 goals. It's pretty mad, really. So he's absolutely smashing. I just thought, I'm just going to get him in. Especially, it's a really good fixture as well. Southampton at home. After that, it's not the best. But I think these fixtures here, Southampton, Bournemouth, Brighton, Fulham, they're fine. And Forest will play in 29 as well. and they play Ipswich. So when a lot of teams blank, so like Newcastle will probably blank, Liverpool, if they beat Spurs, they'll probably blank. So quite a few teams, they'll be blanking. There'll be four teams blanking. Chris Wood won't. So, yeah, and he's got Ipswich. So these fixtures here aren't brilliant. Newcastle, Arsenal, Man City. I mean, Man City's fine. Newcastle's fine. It's just the Arsenal game, but he just got against Liverpool. So I'm probably just going to hold him and just keep him through all of that. But yeah, this is how the team currently looks. Sanchez in goal, Wolves at home. Happy to play him, decent fixture. I might actually play Colwill, but I don't know. Again, Gabriel, he's got a home fixture. I don't really want to bench Hall. I could bench Hall and play Colwill, but Hall's well more attacking, and Newcastle's great. And then I don't want to bench Trent. There is some news. Apparently this morning, some news came out about some transfer from Real Madrid. I mean, I know it's been going on for quite a few weeks now, but this was apparently some decent source. But we'll have to keep an eye on that. And I don't think anything's going to happen until the end of the season anyway. So he might go next season, but for now, again, if you've got Trent, you just hold him. To buy him, maybe you can just hold off. Brentford away is not the easiest fixture, but I still think, Ipswich at home in 23, and then he's got this double in 24, and then he's got Wolves. So I still think he's a good buy. You could maybe wait until game week 23, but yeah, if you've got him, I definitely won't be selling him, put it that way. And then Gabriel, again, the Arsenal defence, they've not been doing brilliantly, but Aston Villa, Wolves, Man City's not great, but then Leicester, West Ham. So yeah, I'm happy to keep him. I might move him on eventually, but for now I'm just going to keep him. And then Lewis Hall, as I said, I could bench him, but I think I probably will play him. The captaincy armband's currently on Palmer. I might change it to Salah though. So yeah, currently it's on Palmer. I just think the home fixture, Wolves haven't been playing well, and Palmer has been doing really well. But yeah, as normal, I'll put in the comments what I actually do. But currently it's on Palmer. It could change to Salah. A lot of people are saying Isak. Obviously, the form he's in, I don't blame him, but I don't know. I prefer to do it on a midfielder if I can. And Bournemouth have been playing quite well. So, yeah, as I say, Palmer at the moment. I don't mind Isak. I don't mind Salah. I think they're the top three. Chris Wood, to be fair, if you've got Chris Wood, he's a shout as well. He has just been scoring at Southampton. I do think they are the worst team in the league. Obviously, the bottom as well. So, if you've got a feeling about Chris Wood, then, and you want a differential captain, then I don't mind that. But for me, it's probably going to be Palmer or Salah this week. So elsewhere, we've got Fernandes, Brighton at home. Again, I still think he's fine to buy. Brighton, Fulham, Palace, Spurs, Everton, Ipswich. It's Arsenal. Okay, it's not the best, but he's got Leicester. So I still think he's fine. He's obviously on penalties. He's going to play. So same with Gordon. I mean, Gordon, the fixtures get a bit worse soon, but Bournemouth, Southampton, Fulham, they're pretty decent. And even even these fixtures here, Man City, you wouldn't mind playing him. Forest a bit tougher, Liverpool a bit tougher, but then it's West Ham, Palace, Brentford, Leicester. So I still think Gordon's a good buy as well. It's probably between him and Mbeumo though as well, because Mbeumo, his fixture run gets pretty good soon. So if it was out of the two now, it's close, because if you're buying this week, you go for Gordon, but then after that, Mbeumo's then got Palace, Spurs, West Ham, Leicester, Everton, and obviously he's on penalties and plays 90 minutes. So if you need to buy now, probably Gordon, but after that, I'd say probably Mbeumo. But yeah, either of them are pretty good, to be fair. Yeah, Chris Wood, João Pedro, as I said, he's starting tonight, so it looks like he's shaken off the injury, which is good. And I think he probably is the best, cheaper forward. And again, on penalties, he's been playing when he's fit. Man United, Everton. They do get a bit trickier down here, but he's just 5.7 mil, so you could just bench him if needed. And then, yeah, on the bench, Ahmad, Mazraoui, Colwill, and Fabianski. So the bench looks pretty strong again. But yeah, that's how the team's looking. I think, as I said, probably going to captain Palmer. I've done the transfer of Jesus to Wood. As I said, I confirmed that a few days ago. I've got 3 remaining free transfers going forward. I do think you want to hold free transfers if you can, because the assistant manager chip, you might need some for that. And also, the blank game week in 29, well, first the double game week in 24, you're going to want to use transfers to get Liverpool players in, maybe Everton as well, because I mean for a lot of people, obviously they've got Salah, they've probably got Trent, but Bournemouth away, Everton away, it's not ideal, but you still back them to to do pretty well. So I'm actually debating either probably Diaz or I go for Konate. But yeah, at the moment I'm thinking Diaz. I'm just trying to attack it, but his minutes are just they're not secure. But I'm kind of willing to take that risk. I might go because Gordon he will probably blank in 29. It depends if they beat Arsenal in the next or if they maintain this lead against Arsenal in the second leg of the cup. But if Newcastle do blank in 29, I'm tempted to get Gordon out for Diaz because Diaz will have let's see his fixtures. He'll have Ipswich, Bournemouth, Everton, the double, then Wolves. Whereas Gordon, I mean, they're still all right, but yeah, he'll have Fulham, Man City, Forest, Liverpool. So I'm tempted to jump off Gordon then and go on to Diaz. So yeah, we'll discuss that in later videos, but that's kind of where I'm thinking at the moment. So yeah, let's just quickly go over and take a look at some future moves, and I'm going to talk about the chip strategy as well. Okay, so I'll just quickly show you the kind of future plans for the team. So as you can see there, it says minus 0.2, but I've actually made the transfer already. So Jesus out for Wood, I've got 0 in the bank now. But yeah, I mean, going forward, it looks fine. Like, this is game week 22. As I said, team looks good. So the next kind of different game week, I suppose, is game week 24. And again, if you use FPL.team, you can actually use the fixtures from Planet FPL. So you can press here and you can click set the predicted fixtures. And as you see, obviously the double game week's announced, that's fine, but then it puts in game week 29. So the blanks for game week 29 and potentially the doubles for game week 33. So it's quite a good tool just to use. But if we go to game week 24 then, this is where I might do the move. So game week 23, I've got Gordon playing Southampton and I've got Liverpool are playing Ipswich. So I could do the switch then, but it depends if we get any kind of leaks or anything. If we get a leak that Diaz is starting, then I could potentially do Gordon to Diaz. But it seems like a move where you kind of know Gordon's going to play and he's got Southampton. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see about that one. But either way, game week 24, if I did the switch, and I would have just exactly the amount to do it as well. So it would be Gordon for Diaz. As I say, ignore that minus 0.2 because I'll have the exact amount. And Diaz will have the double there. So I'll have the triple up of Diaz, Salah. Obviously, Salah there, I'll probably triple captain. In fact, I definitely will triple captain there because, as I say, this double here, for Salah, it's not the best, but you expect him to do well. And I think it's just the best time. If you still get your triple captain, the best time to use it on this double game week 24. And then I'll have Trent as well. So that triple up looks really good. And I could potentially, obviously, I'll have quite a few free transfers there. I'll have 4 free transfers, so I could even get, like an Everton defender or something in. But I don't know. I just don't know how. I think it's a bit of a trap, to be honest, because they've got Leicester, which is fine, but then they've got the Liverpool game. So really, we're expecting much. I suppose it is a derby, so could potentially just get one Everton defender, and it could be something like Colwell out or something like that for an Everton defender. But anyway, going forward, as I said, the next kind of different game week is blank game week 29, and that's the finalists of the cup will basically go into they'll blank into this game week. So at the moment, you're thinking it's going to be Liverpool and Newcastle, and obviously at this point, I'll have 5 of those players. So I don't really want to get rid of Salah because I've got so much value tied up. I got him at 12.5. So I could get rid of Trent potentially. I probably would get rid of Diaz. And again, same with Hall and Isak. Really, I've got so much value in. I've got Isak at 8.3, 8.4. And I got Hall at, I think I got him at 4.3. Yeah, I got Hall at 4.3. And I got Isak at 8.4. So I've got so much value tied up in them. Yeah, Salah 12.5. That I probably would actually sell Diaz and Alexander-Arnold. I can bench him, and then I'll just play, the 11 there, the full 11. So the bench would consist of Salah, who's got a blank. It would be Isak, who's got a blank, and Hall, who's got a blank, and then I could just sell these guys. Potentially, I could get like Forest defenders, something like that, because I think they've got a really good fixture. Who've they got? They might have Ipswich. Yeah, so 29. If we go down to Forest, yeah, they've got Ipswich. So I could get a Forest defender there potentially. And Nico Williams is only 4.3, so I could potentially just get an absolute bargain when he can be on the bench. So that's kind of the next one, and then the one after that is I kind of dead end the team into game week 29. So what I mean by that is I'd dead end there, and then I could potentially wildcard afterwards. So I'd use my transfers to make sure the team looks fine for game week 29. And as I said, I've got loads of transfers here, so I can do this. And then game week 31 or 30, I could wildcard. So I could wildcard the team, completely change it around, and then I can get ready for the next big double, which is game week 33. So lots of teams will be doubling in game week 33. So that's when I plan on using my bench boost. So the plan would be to wildcard somewhere around here, maybe 31, 32, get the bench really good, and then I'll have like a really good bench boost, and I'll have a bench full of, basically I'll have 15 players with doubles. That would be kind of the plan. So that's where I'm at with the bench boost, and then that'll leave the free hit, and it will leave the assistant manager. So the big blank is probably going to be game week 34. So I'd use my free hit here, game week 34, and then I can just use my assistant manager in the next big double, which is 36. So I'd use my assistant manager 36, 37, 38. And what I like about that is as well, towards the back end of the season, there's going to be teams like mid-table who just don't have anything to play for, whereas the teams lower down, they'll be obviously trying to fight for survival or trying to climb up the table still. So you could potentially get like really good points for the assistant manager. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the chip strategy. So just to recap that again, it was triple captain on Salah. And again, if you got triple captain, I think this is the best time to do it. Triple captain Salah in game week 24. And then kind of dead end, use transfers to make blank game week 29 look okay. And then I'll wild card in maybe 30, 31, 32, somewhere along there. And then bench boost, get 15 players with double game weeks, bench boost that in 33. I can free hit in 34, so that's fine. I can just basically ignore 34 in this blank one. And then, yeah, assistant manager would be the next big double, which would be 36, and then I'll have 37, 38. So, yeah, that is my chip strategy for now. Obviously, I'll let you know if it kind of changes. But, yeah, I think that looks really good. So I hope that makes sense. Anyway, let me know if you've got any questions. Just put them in the comments, and I'll answer them. And I'll catch you again after the next deadline. So, yeah, best of luck. And, yeah, if you did like this one, please do drop a like. Hit subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.